Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, your vibes for the week ahead. Survival mode. Now, survival mode indicates that you may have found a certain level of comfort or status or success previously in your life, okay? So in your history, air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you may have a certain time period in your life where you're like, yeah, I had it so much more together. I had the money, I had the house, I had the this, I had the that, and whatever the case, whatever it was, not like that anymore. Okay, maybe that wasn't quite right. Maybe that time period ended, those chapters closed, whatever. And now you have found yourself in a period of survival mode. What the heck? I don't feel like I quite had as much breathing room as I would like to have. You know, I'm kind of having to figure out really brass tacks down to the basics here. Schedule, day-to-day structure, really focusing on your basic needs being met, making sure you have a stable foundation and structure to your schedule, to your home, to your physical health and wellness. And what I say to you is the great thing is when we find ourselves in this survival mode, okay, maybe we're building this something way of life over here. And all of a sudden, like, life's not like that anymore. Okay, we'll just say that thing that's lost in fantasy land, Spirit wants you to take it off of the pedestal, air sign. That is something good to keep in the back of your mind. Like, yes, I have reached successful heights before. But when you say, I wish I could have that again, I'll never be as successful as at that time, whatever the case is, then it's eluding you the success that you desire in your future because it doesn't look like that. Okay, it's not exactly the same. It doesn't include those same people. It doesn't have the same numbers on the bank account or whatever else, okay, that you might hold in the back of your mind as your idea of success because that's as far as you've gotten before. Okay, Spirit is saying now that you're going to go beyond that. So put that out of your mind, okay? You at this moment have been forced to take a look at your life and take a look at your priorities and cut things away that are not in alignment with excess is what Spirit is saying. Hello. Spirit is really calling you to buckle down to those priorities. You're already seeing it, air sign. The reason that you are not rolling around in excess is because you don't need to. You need to start building from here. Okay? Focusing on the day-to-day and taking this done, being resourceful to work your circumstances in the direction of your choosing while still upholding your regular obligations. Okay? That is what Spirit is saying. You've got to make sure you can maintain the status quo before you think you could go any bigger. All right. But this is prime building ground. So whatever you're building now, make sure it's in alignment with what you want to see in your life for the long term, because that does have the potential to be a long-term thing. You're building your life. Spirit says, what are you talking about? They're building their futures, you know, by what they add in today and tomorrow and every day. Okay, so paying attention to not adding some bullshit into your life and into your schedule that you don't want to accidentally pick up and bring into your future with you. What's going on? The card is number 20. 20, 2 plus 0 is 2, right? Okay, so 2 is like co-creation. All right, how are you co-creating with others, with the world, with spirit, with your own intentions? All right, co-creative actions. That's how I feel the open possibilities in front of you and all around you. It's about what you focus on. Oh my goodness. Air sign. When you focus on drama, you see and experience more drama. Yes. When you focus on struggle, whoops, there it is, left and right around every corner. So Spirit is saying to focus on fulfillment. Are you fulfilled in this moment? Air sign. This is something to ask yourself regularly and often. Am I fulfilled in this moment? No. What's wrong with me? I'm hungry. Okay, I should have a meal. Maybe it's mealtime. I'm thirsty. Maybe I should drink. I'm tired. Maybe I should rest. I'm dissatisfied with my circumstances. Maybe I should clean up the mess so the house is more to my liking. Maybe I should put something on TV that really moves me. Maybe I should go out for a jog or start gardening in some kind of way like I used to do, right? Spirit is saying, are you fulfilled, air sign? You're like, probably not because I'm in survival mode. Okay, but these don't negate one another. You can still live a fulfilled life even if you're down to basics. Even if you aren't quite living the status or the luxury or the quality of lifestyle that you used to be, right? Spirit is saying to find that gratitude. You are alive. You are breathing. You have love in your heart. You have a kind word to say. You have loving, kind hands to pet your pets or play with your children or grandbabies. Whatever this is, air sign. We forget sometimes about the gratitude when we're knocked down a peg in life. And Spirit is calling you that you will surpass even what you imagine are your greatest heights, okay? So it's about being grateful for where you're at now, that you can place the focus where you want it to be and allow those things to expand and grow in your life. Those things that were taken away from you were not long lasting. And in fact, if you start now and put that kind of tenacity into your efforts now, you will build something sustainable that is truly fulfilling to you in the long run. But that other thing wasn't it. So go ahead and mourn it and grieve it now. And recognize that you can pull all the tools and all the positive qualities from that and bring them with you. But be open for even more expansion than that. Okay, that's what I feel here, air sign. So check this out. What can help? Major Arcana card number 21, the World. Love this. The World, this is the very last in the major arcana. So the last in the major cycles that are happening in the tarot. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, what can help here is recognizing that you are a grown, empowered individual. Okay, this is one person in their own auric boundary that doesn't have to defer or ask for permission or listen to anybody else. Okay, this is one person who knows that they've experienced all the different facets that life has to offer, because the World is the last in succession. The World has experienced everything from the very beginning of life cycles and experiences, and the lessons and blessings that can be taken from those have been integrated. So this is you, air sign. You have integrated the lessons, integrated the blessings, and you may not find yourself in the most desirable circumstances yet. That is the key word here. Yet is that you do deserve fulfillment, but it's about recognizing where you can bring that in, where you can anchor that in. Your vibrational frequency attracts what you're going to experience in life. So if you're Mr. Grumpy Goose or Mrs. Grumpy Attitude and you're not so grateful about anything at all, but you expect something wonderful to happen to you, I'm so sorry to say that that is not how the law of attraction in this energetic dimension works. No one's going to hand you the golden ticket. Spirit is calling you to recognize the golden tickets that you already have, no matter how great or how small. And to thank Spirit, thank God, Source, Creator, higher power, higher self, universe, whatever it is that you believe in, okay? Because that's what believes in you and wants you to have a beautiful life. So thank the divine for all of the blessings that you have and welcome in all of the beautiful blessings that are in alignment for your future. And they want me to say this: thank the divine before it's provided. Okay, thank the divine before you receive. Thank you, God, for smoothing the path. Thank you, God, for paying that bill somehow, right? Thank you, God, for allowing us to, make it that much further, whatever this could be, even if you're not there yet. Thank the divine in advance, knowing that it shall be delivered. That's manifestation. That's anchoring it in. That's co-creation with Spirit. I see how you feel. I'm wise. I'm mature. I've done all the things. I've worked so hard. I'm educated. I do all the things. And yet I still find myself in this kind of a scenario. How does this happen? I'm not young. I'm not dumb. Do I have bad luck? Am I being punished? Is this some kind of karma from a past life? Well, potentially, hey, it could potentially be some kind of past life karma or some such thing. I've got to be honest. We as souls decide to incarnate countless times. Why? The other side is fantastic and wonderful and holy and pure and loving and high vibrational. But there's no challenge, no adversity, no physical affection because we don't have bodies, yo. Doesn't that get a little boring for eons and millennia of being on the other side amongst harmonious souls? I believe we all came for a little excitement here. So when we come to experience life, we come and have many, many incarnations, okay? And we don't necessarily remember these when we're living in the life that we're living because that would negate the experience, okay? So some lifetimes are easy. Cushy, nice lifetimes with not a lot of problems. Maybe when the soul is just trying to get their feet wet or mending from a more than typical previous lifetime that may have been more hard or challenging. Okay, I'm not saying that right, but you're following me here. I'm sure you are. So when we come in, some lifetimes are easy, and then we have other lifetimes where maybe we recompensate, right? We have to overcompensate for that, and we take on a bit more challenges. Sometimes we take on challenges however many lifetimes ago, and we just can't get it right, guys. And so we bring that with us. I've talked about the life review. When we pass away, we go into our life review. We take a look at our life path blueprint and how it actually unfolded, and what parts did we hit? What parts did we fall short? Okay, the parts where we fell short, that is laid over until next time. You understand? So in the next life, I'm going to hit all these points plus bring in that old karma. I didn't overcome addiction. I died a drug addict. Okay. I didn't do this. I messed up here and there and the other place. So we're going to put that over because my soul is desiring to overcome that. You will still face those patterns in succession until you're able to overcome or achieve. So what I want to say to you with this air sign, you may be going through challenges, but you know that there is a lesson behind this. You, on a higher level perspective, picked the obstacles that you are going through because you know that you have the ability, the power, the capability, and the wherewithal to follow it through in exactly the perfect and right way for your path and your blueprint. So I'm calling air signs. I'm feeling, now that we're talking about patterns and cycles, etc., sometimes we see our own patterns and cycles in our individual lifetimes, right? Like, oh my gosh, I've always had a problem with this kind of relationship. I always have a problem quitting jobs. Whatever these things are that we might, as individuals, have patterns in our lives. Take a look at your history. Okay, so Spirit is telling me for the air signs, looking at your own individual history, what patterns have you struggled with? Because I feel like you're just at the point where you could potentially step back into another one, or actually answer the question the right way this time, if that makes sense. I'll abstain from that pattern because I see it coming. I'm not going to do that because I always do that and I want to be better. Okay, whatever this is, I feel air sign, you have the ability and the potential to make a very healthy shift that is away from those old patterns. So be mindful of this, okay? And then once you're able to see the pattern for what it is, act accordingly and move into your highest path, then that pattern is removed from not only this life, okay, but in the future as well, future lifetimes. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be a karmic pattern once you successfully integrate it in this life. Survival mode for fulfillment, the world. It's funny because survival mode's like, I'm back to basics. The world is like, I'm way too experienced to be back to this. You know, like, why am I still dealing with these little petty things? I thought I was grown and advanced past this. Gemini here, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. Wow. So Seven of Pentacles is about where you're placing your time, effort, and energy. That is what truly grows and expands in your life. Okay, so as you can see, the seeds have been planted. He has to water them. They need sunlight. He's even like sending love, sending love. So I feel like, Gemini, your mindset is going to play a huge role on what you manifest, like we've been talking about. When we're worried and we're worried about the worst that could possibly happen, we're keeping that alive and we're adding energy to the manifestation of that outcome. So nipping those kinds of fears, doubts, and worries in the bud. No way, I'm not going to entertain this. Now, I'm not saying to be blissfully ignorant and don't look at your problems. That's not conducive. That's not constructive at all. Spirit is saying if you have a problem, it's okay to, think about it and realize this is the way it could unfold, but then put it down. To ruminate about things and keep turning it around is what creates and anchors in that likely manifestation. So removing those things from your dictionary and vocabulary after you have, achieved whatever necessary planning you may feel comfortable needing in that area. Okay, so I hope you can follow me here. I'm not saying to be blind to your problems, but there's only so much that you can really hash them through. And Spirit is saying there's a certain time to put them down, not to entertain them at all, to let things like that go, because you don't want to invite that in your life and your outer reality. So Where you place your attention is what is going to grow and expand in your life. Gemini, Spirit is also saying something about healthy boundaries. Okay, you have a certain lifestyle. You are grown. Okay, and you have a certain life plan or idea or path that you are kind of meandering down. Okay, and I feel like maybe you don't even have a real clear direction at this time. That is why it may be so easy for other people to kind of pull at you and get you off track. I feel some Geminis who identify with that. I don't have a life beyond what everyone else needs me for. Okay, and Spirit is saying to change that now. If you see that in your life as a problem, and it really should be, because I said this the other day and I'm going to say this again now. Do you cease to exist when you're in the room alone? No. No, you don't. And maybe you don't have alone time. Wow. Spirit is saying it's important that you recognize your uniqueness, yourself as an empowered individual. You are every bit as important as everyone else in your life, Gemini. And it's important to take up your own auric space as well. Spirit is wanting you to breathe deeply and anchor in your own energy. Feel yourself, like, imagine that you have a ball gown down around your ankles, okay? Like, about like that. That's your auric field. That's your auric boundary. And it goes all the way up and around you, above your head and to the ground and even beneath you. It's egg-shaped. So Spirit is saying, Gemini, it's important that you start breathing some intentional energy in. Feel yourself actually filling your body and your auric field up with intentional energy from divine source, creator, higher power, higher self, God, whatever you want to believe in. That's what is listening to your prayers. Ask divine source, can you give me some divine white light? I'm going to breathe it in from the top of my head, and I'm going to fill this space with me, with my energy, with God energy, with higher self energy, with me, with my presence. Gemini, I feel like you have the ability to lose yourself or lose sight of yourself for the sake of the crowd. And that is why you don't feel like you have much to show for your life in this moment, because you've been tending to the needs of so many others for so long. And it's time that you pencil yourself in and allow yourself to do things regularly that add to the quality of your life, your day, and your physical health, Gemini. So Libra, all these same cards apply here. Survival mode, fulfillment, the world, okay? So I still see the teeter-totter between I'm inexperienced or I've been knocked down a peg, but I'm grown and I know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, and then this whole fulfillment thing kind of makes me think a little bit of overindulgence in some respects, because I know Libras can be a little on one swing of the pendulum or another. Okay, so I kind of feel like Libra, when you are filling yourself, you're filling yourself. You better believe it. This is success. This is being seen and valued and appreciated for the contribution that you give to the room, to your life, to the world, to wherever this is, okay? So I feel like you are really feeling your plans. And I love this for you, because I don't feel like you're still having this survival mode. Like, it's not clean up. It's not put together yet. But I feel like, Libra, you finally have a vision. Like, holy shit, I know how it's going to be okay. Like, I know how things are going to unfold. I feel the righteousness of the process. Even though it may have been, I feel like, overwhelming previously, but I feel like, Libra, you have really changed your mindset, maybe even received some kind of assistance around this that has illuminated whatever you need to take your stuff to the next level. Remember, this fulfillment was number 20. That's in co-creation with someone or something else. I'm feeling for Libra that you have bridged some kind of gap. You have reached out for that support, either in your environment, in your home, at work, or as far as contractors and agencies or whatever this could be that's helping you build what you got going on again. Okay, so I feel like, Libra, you've got a real good handle on the process. Step right into it. Things are going to be okay. But remember, like, if there's a hiccup, it does not reflect poorly on you. Okay, I feel how Libra can be so tethered to everything that's going on that when anything goes wrong, even in other people's lives, oh, I'm knocked down. I'm just knocked down now, man. This is horrible. What a bad day. You know, wait a minute, Libra. Wait a minute, Libra. Are you having a bad day? Well, I just heard the worst news from so-and-so. Or wait. Are you having a bad day? I don't want you to have some kind of a catastrophic, dramatic mindset, okay? Don't follow those threats, all right? Let problems just pass. Let people say what they want and go on their way, okay? You don't have to hold it. It doesn't have any effect on this whole long-term plan for your future. I feel Libra, you're wise enough to know this. You're wise enough to avoid a lot of the pitfalls. And I feel like this is a call for other people to listen to your guidance, your advice, your wisdom around this process. So you may even have to shut people down. I feel like they're listening to you, okay? But you may have to just remind them, like, hey, I'm in charge of this because I know how this is going to work out and I know what I'm talking about. Thank you for your opinions. That's what I feel here for Libra. Aquarius. Survival mode, fulfillment, and the world. You've got the Eight of Pentacles here, which is about work. Hard work that is paying off. I see here that Aquarius may be sitting at the drawing board a little bit bored with the options that they have in front of them, okay? I can see how she has all the tools she needs to get going, but she's not moving. And that doesn't have to be what's going on, because I know that this is also putting in a lot of hard work that is going to pay back to you in the future or even right now, okay? But it's about putting in that effort. But I see here with the card that sometimes we go, nah, another day at the same old job, another day in the same old house. You know, sometimes we just take a look at our surroundings and we feel a little bit blah. You know, that's what I feel here for Aquarius. This whole survival mode and all the tools being available to you shows me that you can create the life that you truly do desire to be living. Whatever is emotionally fulfilling to you. But I see with the survival mode, you're just starting. Like I feel like I've made the decision to live the life of my dreams. Why isn't it here? You know, why isn't it here yet? Well, how long ago did you make this decision? And how hard and long have you been working towards creating that for yourself? Because it takes something. It takes time, effort, consistency, hard work, and the passing of the moon cycles. I see this here, Aquarius. So I want to say to you, listen, anything worth having is worth putting some fucking intention towards. Effort, energy, time, consistency, longevity. Okay, it's important that you take the time to get there. I kind of said earlier, no one's going to hand a golden ticket, okay? So it's important to recognize that even if the process seems slow, you know, that it's building momentum, all right? It's not just slow, bland, nothing, you know, it's building momentum even if you don't see it yet with this survival mode, with this fulfillment. I feel like Aquarius is most definitely branching out in all of the right areas, but Spirit wants you to have patience and to keep putting one foot in front of the other and doing all of the work diligently that you know you need to do to make your life worth living for yourself, okay? That's what I have for Aquarius, and that is what I have for all of the air signs. Thank you guys for letting me read for you today. I'm going to disconnect.